Hello and welcome back to another episode of Solopreneur Insights, where I publicly on the internet share the real-time behind the scenes of growing my two online businesses. I'm sharing with you the highs, the lows, the successes and the failures, and what you can learn from everything which I am implementing and everything which I am doing. Now, the last week has been a seriously good one. There are so many exciting updates this week, so stay tuned for those and let's just jump in, shall we? Okay, so let's start in the usual place, which is my online coaching business. So this week has been super interesting because I went on a mini vacation with my family. Now, this was a semi-working vacation, so I was still running my business. Nothing paused, nothing stopped or anything like that. But I was obviously wanting to spend as much time as possible with my family. So I was really playing with this concept, same as I did last year for anyone who followed me back then when I went to Disney World with my friend and was essentially running my business on the minimum viable version of what is the minimum amount of time and effort and energy that I can put into my business for everything to run completely smoothly every single day while I'm actually away on vacation. And the really interesting thing is, I feel like I've mastered this now, which is super exciting. And it's very interesting because it's actually a really, really small amount of time. Other than one day where I had a few client calls, so I ended up working for about 4 hours on that day. Every single other day, it was under an hour on my business. It was super quick, super easy to fully maintain everything and get everything actually still going out, me still showing up on all the places, doing all the things, and that's without a team as well, hence the title of this, Solopreneur. So I think that's a really interesting concept there of what is the minimum viable version of your business when you're actually running it day to day. Of if I was to take a week half off, essentially, if I was to go on vacation or, just have a really busy week where I'm wanting to just run things on the minimum version, on the, lowest energy, lowest time commitment possible that I can. If I was to do that for a week, what can I actually do in terms of how much time does this actually require from me? And I think that's very interesting because when I was planning this out, I was really obviously wanting to be very strategic of what I was actually putting on my plate for that week and keeping it to the lowest amount possible. But I was really splitting up the tasks that needed to be done in my business across that week. So everything that needed to be put out, everything that I needed to show up for, everything which I needed to do, all the things which I needed to complete, and actually looking at firstly, what can I batch in advance? So for example, all of my content, my emails, my Instagram, it was all scheduled. It was all ready to go up, so that didn't require any extra effort for me there. I'd already pre-created things like Instagram stories, so again, no effort from me there. It was really just showing up and serving my clients, which was the time consumer for me then. And this is a concept which not many people actually talk about. It's a number which we don't really even think about in our business, but what actually is the minimum viable version of your business is a really helpful indicator to know, because it actually allows you to have that freedom of when you're needing or wanting a week, when you are working a bit less, when you're actually, enjoying life, when you're having that freedom you started your business for in the first place. What can you do in terms of how much time is it requiring from you to actually still run your business completely normally, without a hitch, without, sacrificing showing up, without sacrificing putting out new content or anything? Can you actually do that on a very minimal time each day? And the answer is probably yes. And it's actually a really great almost model to create for yourself of, if I was to do that, what would that look like? What can I prepare in advance versus what actually needs to be done on the day-to-day, on the week-to-week basis? And how much time is this actually going to take me? Because it's probably a lot less than you're actually thinking. So as I said, for me, that was 1 hour a day. Other than that one day where I had several client calls, it was literally 1 hour a day or less. And that's just really helpful for me to know in the future, of knowing that I can shift my business into that gear whenever I'm needing to, whenever I'm wanting to. I can prepare those things in advance, which I know I can batch in advance, but then I can instantly almost switch my business over to that mode whenever I'm wanting to as well. So very helpful indicator there. And I wanted to share that because it's a very helpful just thing to figure out for your business of what is the minimum viable version for your business to just fully keep running, still keep making sales, still keep serving all your clients, and just keep running as normal. Now, secondly, let's jump over to my FBYS group program. So this is a self-study program, which I have, but we run live rounds every few months now. We're starting to implement those, which is super exciting. So we run live rounds where we essentially have a 30-day live group. I started this at the very start of June and it's wrapping up at the end of June. So we still have a little bit of time to go when I'm filming this, but I want to share one really exciting thing from last week, which is a really, really big takeaway from this program, and actually why low ticket can be really strategic for selling your high ticket programs. So for me, my core program in my business, the big focus for me at the moment is my one-to-one coaching. That is the program that I'm focusing on. That is what I have been focusing on for honestly the last 2 years in my business. That's always been my core signature offer, but it's also really strategic for me to have this lower option. So FBYS, have that as a course. It's actually a really good decision for my business to have that option available, not just for the benefit of getting people into that program and making those small sales there, but also using that as a launch pad for my high ticket program, and actually using that as a entry level essentially for people for jumping into my high ticket program. I could already see this was working really well, because when I first launched this program for Black Friday, I had 30% plus of people actually jump straight from this low ticket, I think it was $147 at the time, jump straight from that into my high ticket program within the next 3 months, which is mid 4 figures. So I could see that it was converting very well. Again, it just gives people a really great experience to start seeing what it's like to work with me, start learning from me, and just get a taste essentially of what it's like to actually work with me before jumping into my high ticket. So it works really well. And last week I wanted to create something for this live round group of essentially giving them an option for working one-to-one with me, for getting that, high ticket, high level support, and actually continuing on past this program. So we had our live Q&A call last week, had some amazing questions from that. It was an absolutely incredible call. But at the end of that, I pitched an offer to them, a high ticket offer of actually continuing to work with me one-to-one. And there are a few things I wanted to say about that, because this is really important and really, really helpful to anyone else who pitches anything, sells anything online. And firstly, when I looked back on this pitch, it was over 10 minutes. 10 minutes straight of me pitching this offer, of me sharing who it's for, why it's helpful, the results from this offer, what I can do with people within this offer, the transformation, all of those things, literally over 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes and 19 seconds to be exact. But I think firstly, that's a really powerful thing to actually look at and realize that actually we can and should be giving our offers the stage time that they actually need. And usually the reason why, we're pitching and we're not seeing people actually jump into offers is because we're not actually fully sharing it. We're not fully sharing how amazing this is, and we're not really showing up with the confidence we need to actually be making sales. So firstly, I think that's a really powerful thing, is actually looking at that and seeing, it was 10 minutes. And secondly, adding on to that, it converted very well. So there was 2 people who were live on the call who weren't one-to-one clients of mine already. And of those 2 people, one of them messaged me literally about 3 minutes after the call ended saying, can she jump in? She wants to claim one of the spaces and has already signed up. So signed up, paid within just a few hours for that high ticket program from this low ticket offer. So again, that's really powerful. Firstly, for showing the power of these low ticket offers and why they are so beneficial to actually have these, to create a pathway where people can, try before they buy, they can test out what it's like to actually work with you before jumping into your high ticket offer. But secondly, the power of a 10-minute pitch, and actually looking at, can you pitch for 10 minutes? Can you share that much about how incredible your offer is and how, what you can actually help people achieve within that offer? Can you have the full stage time and give it the full space it actually deserves, your offer, and seeing that actually does get really amazing results. So I will continue to keep you updated with the final week of the FBYS group, but already we've had somebody jump into the high ticket offer, which is over 10 times the investment of that initial low ticket offer. So really just showing the power of utilizing that as a launch pad. And for me, it's been so helpful, especially over this month, of really solidifying the structure and model of my business going forward in terms of time frames of actually, it's really strategic for me to launch this every few months, have that live round and upsell from there to my high ticket program, because it works. It gets clients inside that program. The low ticket offer itself, FBYS, that program is such an incredible program. It gets such incredible results. And also it's really amazing as an entry level for people who are wanting to then jump into my high ticket program. So really powerful notes there on, why you should actually be pitching for 10 minutes, even though that sounds like a crazy amount of time, why you should actually give your offer the time it deserves. And secondly, why you should actually be considering a low ticket offer if you're wanting to focus on selling your high ticket. And for the final section of today's video, let's talk Spotlite. So this is an app I'm a co-founder of. It is a startup app for coaches and service providers online to help you with client communication, managing your clients, and just giving your clients a whole lot better experience all in one place. So we have had so much happening over the last week with Spotlite. Firstly, a really exciting moment. We saw our app on the App Store for the first time ever. This was such an exciting moment for me. My co-founder, he has done this several times before, so it's not completely new to him, but for me, it was the first time seeing that something that we've literally been working on for 9 months, fully designed, built from the ground up, actually seeing it on the App Store was just the coolest feeling ever, and actually being able to hit that download button was just so exciting. So it's officially up on the iOS App Store. We are currently working on the Android version, working on getting that up, working on getting that approved in the App Store. And then once that has happened, we can actually let on the early users, the lifetime access pass holders. So they are going to be the first group who is jumping on the app. They're going to be starting to use it with their clients. They're going to be the first people in the world who are using this app, which is so exciting. But we're just in a very exciting phase at the moment. So we've been really this week working on the Android side and actually building that out in terms of fixing any small bugs, because it's very small things that just they're in a weird place. It's functional, it's working fine, but the design has been thrown a little bit as you're moving it across to Android. So just fixing those small bugs, fixing up those little pieces so it is all perfect, all ready to go. So I've officially started using it with my clients as well, which is very exciting. So I'm officially using the app now. I'm officially a user versus kind of playing with it and testing it out with random, cases. I'm actually using it in real life with my clients now, which is so exciting. So it has been lots of work on the behind the scenes at the moment with getting it all up on the App Store, going through all of their review process. We got approved for iOS, which is super exciting, waiting on Android at the moment. And then we will be officially onboarding our very first users and getting people actually using the app for the first time. So those are my updates for Spotlite and for my coaching business. Lots of exciting things happening at the moment and so many insights to share. So I hope this has been really helpful for you. I would love for you to leave a comment below letting me know what was helpful for you. What did you enjoy? What do you want me to see more, me talking about more and sharing about more on this? And definitely make sure you give this video a like as well and subscribe for all of the future episodes, because I'm going to continue doing this throughout the whole year, so you can literally watch me grow my businesses in real time, watch all the successes, all the failures, all the highs and all the lows. So on that note, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next episode next week.